I'm on Green River Lake today. We're going to be spider rigging. I'll show you the setup there. It's early March. The water temperature is starting to creep into the low 50s. A lot of fish are starting to go up the creek. You know, we're catching a lot of little ones, but the sun pop out, it warm up 1 degree, and you get over the right spot, and you could get some pretty good fish. So I'm gonna get the boat up to speed, and we're gonna see if we can catch some fish for you. Once you get all your rods out and you start spider rigging, speed is the important thing. I like to start out about 0.7 and then go from there. Turn on my cruise. It's set at 0.7. We're gonna go set the north button that way to go up the creek. But you start out, I like to start out about 0.7. Go for a little ways. If you don't get a bite, start zigzagging, like just left and right. If you turn left and you get bit on the inside, those jigs are going slower than the jigs on the outside, so that means you need to slow down. If you turn left and you get bit on the outside jig, that jig's traveling faster, so that means you need to speed up. And then you can go back in here and bump up your cruise control. I'm gonna go like 0.9, and then that'd be like your target speed for that day. And that 0.7 to 0.9 is usually where I try to stay at, unless I'm like pulling crankbaits or something like that. Then I might go up to like 1.3 or 1.5. Okay, we've got the boat up to speed and we're going up the creek here. We're in 12 foot of water. I got about 8 or 9 feet of line out. Getting ready to go over some stumps, so maybe I won't get hung up. But I'm OCD, if you can tell. I like all my rod tips the same height. That way you can just scan them, and out of your peripheral vision, if one is high or low, you know that something ain't right. It's either a fish has got it, or it's got a stick on it, or anything. But when you get into shallow water, like I like to keep my rod tips pretty close to the water, like 6 inches off the water. But these are 12 foot Mr. Crappie Signature Series rods, and I'm only fishing 8 foot deep. So when you catch a fish, you know, it's hard to reach it. So you can cheat on that a little bit. You can let out more line. Let's see if I can get this one in the picture. You can let out more line. Say it's a 12 foot rod. You could let out 12 foot of line and then raise your rod tips up high like that. That way when you catch a fish, you can still reach it, and it won't be over your head swinging in midair. But right now I'm at the depth where I'm about the maximum I can go without raising my rod tips. I'm kind of testing colors today too. I've got all orange baits on this side. Orange heads, orange bodies. We're in some muddy water. This side has got all chartreuse heads with chartreuse tails. So we got the chartreuse team over here and the orange team over here. We'll see how it works. Now going back to colors, which today I'm just testing orange and chartreuse in muddy water. But on your lake, if you're not 100% sure what color is working best, put a different color on every rod. And what I like to do is, like, if you get bit on this rod once, I just call that a fluke. If you get bit on that rod twice, I call it a coincidence. And if you get bit on that rod 3 times before any of the other colors, I call that a pattern, and I start switching out all my rods to that color or a color similar to that. Which I'm running a 3/4 ounce sinker on here to try to keep my bait out there far away as I can, because when they first come up in the creeks, they're usually spooky. That's why long lining works real good. So far, it's about equal on colors, because I've fished for a while before I started to turn the cameras on. But it's about equal. Orange and chartreuse are both doing good today. It's probably the first keeper, black and chartreuse. Not much. Another one on orange. We got one for the chartreuse team here. The way I rigged these, I got a 1/16 ounce jig, got an egg sinker, and I just take my line and go through it 3 times, and if you do that, it won't slip. If you get line twist, you could put swivels on it, but if you get up here shallow and you start breaking them off, it gets expensive. Got another one for on the orange. I'm getting pretty shallow. I'm up to 8 feet. Had a pink one sneak in there. Usually pink works pretty good. There's 2 real quick. One on orange, one on chartreuse. There's another one on orange. All little, which I'm in like 6 foot of water. Hey, it's the first one on a red and chartreuse. Yeah. Make that second one on a red and chartreuse. It's like back-to-back colors, or back-to-back catches on the same color. Try it again. 3rd time's a pattern. But there's been a lot more fish on all the other colors before he decided to hit red and chartreuse. But you can see it's a little early. It's like March the 9th. But we got some warm weather coming in next week. This weekend's supposed to be cold. But next week we got 60, 70 degree water, or temperatures. Got into a bunch of little ones here. Oh, that one came off. Of course, whenever you say you're getting ready to leave, you catch a bigger one, and then it makes you stay longer. I swear it's a different fish, just the same bait. As you can see by the size of the fish, it's just a little bit early. But you get 2 or 3 warm days and it'll pick up the big ones and move in there. If you have any questions about anything I'm doing, just leave them in the comments and I'll get back with you. Thanks for watching.